Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and it's time for another early morning book review. And I'm dedicating this one to Jessica W. 1839 because I had shown this book in a book haul and she was very surprised to see it because apparently her mother had it and she remembered that and she had never read it. So I'm dedicating this review to you, Jessica, and I hope that you enjoy it. Okay. So we are going to be reviewing Dark Cliffs by F.E. Smith, who I believe is a man. And I say that deliberately. Now, don't get all excited yet. You can wait for a little bit to get excited, but I believe this is a man, and I want to tell you why I think that in just a moment. But before we do anything else, I always forget to do this. Oh, my buttons come off. Give me a like, hit subscribe. I'm really getting some great news from the algorithm these days, and you guys are all helping me with that. So wonderful. Thank you so much. So now that we've got my ask out of the way, let's get into Dark Cliffs, what it is and what it isn't. Now, if you'll look at the cover, we've got the young woman here, and we've got kind of the brooding mansion back up there. I'll turn it to where you can see it. And it says, a frightened girl, a sinister mansion, and a dreadful secret, and a dread secret that turns her life into a nightmare, by the author of Lydia Trendennis. Now, I don't know anything about Lydia Trendennis. I don't know about that book. On the back it says, The Dark Cliffs is a novel of romantic mystery every reader of Mary Stuart, Victoria Holt, and Phyllis A. Whitney will surely enjoy. Well, no, that's not correct. Now, I did give this book a 4 stars out of 5 because I thought it was pretty well written and it kept me engaged and it kept me wanting to turn the pages, but it is not a Gothic. First off, and let me tell you why. First off, our main character, our heroine, Kate, is not in a forbidding mansion. She's in a house that she's been in for quite some time. She is the nanny to these 2 children, Sarah and John. Sarah is 11, John is 4. And she has been a nanny to them since the untimely demise of their mother. And so she has a little crush on, I think his name is Paul, the father of the children. But we know that from the beginning. The house is not threatening at all. It's not a scary house, and she doesn't come into the situation, which is typical with Gothics. In Gothics, they come into the frightening situation. She's already there, and it's not a frightening situation. What happens in this one is that a cousin comes in, a cousin of the deceased wife comes in, and she is the catalyst for the bad stuff. She is the bad, evil villain character in it. And she's basically a murderess, and she's after Sarah, the girl, for reasons that I won't tell you. And she wants to kill her, and she wants to get married to the widower, and all this kind of stuff. And one of the other reasons that it's not a Gothic is that was made very clear to us. She herself, I think her name is Catherine. I think it's Catherine. Catherine has a lot of animosity towards Kate. As soon as she gets there, Kate picks up on it very quickly. Kate is very sharp and quick-witted and kind of figures everything out and knows what's going on. And let me get back to why I tell you it was written by a man. There was no real lover's angst in this. And I'm not saying that men can't write lover's angst, but I'm just saying that it didn't feel like it was written by a woman. It didn't feel like Kate had any kind of gushy, squishy, womany emotions. I'm not downplaying women. I'm not upplaying men. I'm not downplaying men or upplaying women. But what I'm trying to say is that Kate's a problem solver. And she's like, boom, 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 boom. We're going to take this action. We're going to take that action. We're going to take this action. Oh, this clue leads to this and that. And that's how we know it. And then, dun, 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 dun. And that was Kate. And like I said, it was interesting. I kept thinking there was going to be a turning point. There was going to be a switch. There was going to be something that said, no, Kate's wrong about this or Kate's wrong. But Kate was right about everything all the time, 100%, which I thought was a little bit unusual. But I thought that the story itself was very interesting because you could see someone getting away with it. And probably if you watch 48 Hours or if you watch those mystery shows that my mom's already watching and everything like that, then you can see someone with this murderous intent in mind and getting away with it. You really could. Which was one of the reasons why I gave it a 4-star, was because there were no real plot holes, but there was no, I don't want to say there was no surprise, but there was no feeling to it. That's kind of, there was no emotional component. I mean, she's scared, Kate gets scared and Kate gets angry and everything like that, but it's very surface. Everything's very surface. And at the end, when she and the widower, and I am going to tell you this part, so I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but at the end when she and the widower decide that they have feelings for each other and thing, it's very matter of fact. It's very like, oh, I have feelings for you. Oh, I have feelings for you. Oh, that's great. We have feelings for each other, so now we can have those feelings together. You know, it just felt like it was written by a man. It just didn't feel like it was from a woman's perspective. It felt like it was more from a alpha male perspective. Kate is very alpha male, and it was refreshing to read that. It was interesting to read that. Both Catherine and Kate were diametrically opposed. And man, when they were alone, you felt that tension and you felt that, you know, I'm going to get you kind of feel and everything like that. So Dark Cliffs, 4 stars out of 5. Still haven't found my 5-star book yet for this year. And we're already in June, so I don't know where it is. But yeah, it's not a gothic. I would classify it as a thriller. It's made to look like a gothic, but it's not. It's not a gothic. It doesn't have really any of the gothic tropes in it or anything like that. The house isn't spooky. We don't have any kind of supernatural thing. We don't have any kind of, you know, hidden agendas. The agendas are very upfront. I mean, they're just put out there and they're very upfront. I'm not just saying that there's not a little mystery in it. There is a little bit of a mystery in it, but not much of one because Kate figures things out so damn quick. So good for you, Kate. I hope I'm a Kate today at work. I hope I can figure things out as quick as you can. So what am I going to read next? Well, I'm going to read the Cherry Ames Dude Ranch Nurse because I've got to get it up on my shelf. I've got to get it out of my to-be-read box. I have this big box, which I'll show you probably in the next time. But I have this big box and it's got all of my to-be-reads in it. And I want to get it from the to-be-read box to the shelf with all the other Cherry Ames so it can be happy with all of its girlfriends up there. So I will be reading Cherry Ames Dude Ranch Nurse next. And I appreciate you guys, and leave me a comment. You know how much I love the comments. Leave me a comment. And Dark Cliffs, if you can find it, I would like to know what you think about it because I thought it was really pretty good, but Gothic, no, not a Gothic. Well, that's all I've got for you this morning, and I will check you later.